What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Bulls Latest. Your host, Matt Johnson here. Want to kick off this Halloween show. Happy Halloween to everybody out there with a Bulls-Knicks preview. We have the NBA Cup group play stage kicking off tonight at the United Center. On Halloween night, it's going to be an awesome night in Chicago. Always is every time the Knicks roll into town here. The Knicks come into this contest tonight 2-2 with wins over Cleveland and Boston at MSG to start the regular season. They've since dropped their last two games, both on the road to the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks, two formidable Eastern Conference opponents, two teams that figure to be in the mix towards the end of the year. Miami, not quite sure what they're going to look like long term, but they did drop that game to the Heat. The Knicks have been off since Tuesday, so they'll come into this contest very well rested. This is the first of a home and home this weekend. You got the NBA Cup group play kicking off tonight, obviously, and then the Bulls will travel to MSG on Sunday night and play the Knicks in New York there. New York is rather healthy coming into this one, with Miles McBride being the only guy that's popped up on their injury report. He's day-to-day with what's listed as a personal issue there. So that's looking at their side of things. Kind of diving into a betting preview for this contest. The Knicks come into this one a 4.5-point betting favorite. Not surprised given the time off, and this is believed to be again one of the stronger teams in the Eastern Conference, obviously going off of that Eastern Conference Finals appearance a year ago, a very strong season before dropping that series to the Indiana Pacers, who were on that magical run. You're really seeing them struggle to start the year in terms of Indiana. Won't get into that too much as we want to stay on the game here at hand. The Bulls are plus 160. On the money line. The Knicks, you can get it minus 192. The total sits at 233.5. The New York Knicks, kind of looking at the NBA Cup as a whole, given that that's kicking off tonight, have the third best odds to win the NBA Cup at plus 800 this year. Only Cleveland at plus 750 and OKC, the favorite, at plus 300, have better odds to win the NBA Cup. The Knicks are minus 105 to win the group. The Bulls, the same group that the Bulls are in. Milwaukee comes in second at plus 340. Miami at plus 600. The Bulls sit at plus 750 to win their group. And then Charlotte at plus 1100 caps off the group for the NBA Cup there. If you guys remember, as soon as they released the groups for the NBA Cup, I liked the Bulls odds. I mean, this was way back in the summer. I like them even more now at plus. You can get the Bulls at that number. I think plus 750 to win the group is great odds for a team that's come out as smoking hot as the Bulls have. Now, it's going to come with, its challenges. I think New York and Milwaukee definitely play the Bulls tough every time they see them. I think their matchups are very, solid when it comes to matching up with Chicago, with Giannis and some of the other star players that New York has to offer. So plus 750, it definitely seems like it is the right market for that price and the Bulls to win that group. But I do like the Bulls odds given how they've looked early on this season. So take a stab at the Bulls to win that group. I do think New York is going to come to play. Obviously, being the favorite, you're going to see them continue to try and build off of what they did last year, starting tonight in the United Center. So with the NBA Cup. So overall, though, I mean, great value on a hot Bulls team, if you ask me. That's just my take on that. As far as the best bet tonight, again, you guys stick with me with this one, but I'd lean the under yet again here, 233.5, under 233.5. I expect this to be a tight game given the circumstances of it being the NBA Cup group play opener. I think you're going to see the defenses show up in this one. Defensive intensity will definitely be ramped up. Making the under a decent play here in a game where, this is something that the players have, to play for outside of just regular season ball. So you're going to see that kind of take place here, I believe. I know we got burned in the last matchup on the under, but stick to your guns here and play that system again. I think that's a decent angle on this game moving forward. So kind of dipping into, some of the key players in tonight's matchup. Obviously for the Bulls, Josh Giddey paves the way for Chicago. He looks to continue his torrid start to the season. He really does look the part of a superstar in the making and a true leader of this ball club, really showing Chicago why they made the right decision to extend him. Through the first 4 games, he's averaging 19 and a half points through the first, couple contests there. He's shown how well he can complement some of the Bulls' other pieces as well, like Modest, who's also had a strong start. The pairing of Modest and Giddey there, proving to be a strong one to this point, looking to be worth every penny of that extension thus far in terms of Josh Giddey. I know it's early, but it's a great sign nonetheless. So Josh Giddey will look to continue to build off of the 19.5-point average that he's built to start this season and look to get the Bulls to 5-0 for the first time in a long time. So it will look to continue to have a strong performance from him. And then really, overall, with Josh Giddey aside, the Bulls have really just looked awesome in terms of the play-by-committee mindset, something I put into this show. And looking at this season in a preview, really coming into the season, I knew the Bulls would have to play like this in order to win ball games in a pretty decent Eastern Conference. I know there's some key players out with injuries, but regardless, the Bulls are in a situation where they have to continue to look to play with that style in order to win some ball games early on here. And then, hopefully getting Kobe White back is going to spark things. On the other side, obviously, we have superstar Jalen Brunson. He's picked up right where he's left off this year. The Lincolnshire, Illinois native comes home to play at the UC tonight in a game where he looks to continue his hot start to the season. Through 4 games, he's averaging almost 32 points a game. Jalen has picked up right where he left off from last year. He's 6th in the NBA in points per game through 4 contests. This will undoubtedly, looking at this contest as a whole, be the Bulls' toughest test early on in this young season. Kind of looking forward as well at the next stretch of games for the Bulls. It's going to be a challenge. The next 4 contests, it's going to be the toughest stretch of ball the Bulls have had. Obviously, they host the New York Knicks tonight. They go to MSG Sunday night, and then they will host, looking at next week, they will host the Philadelphia 76ers on Tuesday. Obviously, Philly off to a 4-0 start as well, so strong start for them. Before traveling to Milwaukee next Friday for the Bulls' second NBA Cup group play contest. That'll be even a tougher test on the road in Milwaukee, but Bulls fans always show out in Milwaukee, so that'll be fun to see there as well. And then they will cap off the week next Saturday with a trip to Cleveland and play a Cavs team who is expected to be one of the Eastern Conference's best teams. So the Bulls will certainly be put to the test in the next week. Excited to see how the Bulls respond to that. They certainly have responded in the first 4 games to start the year in a great manner. I think the Bulls have come out firing, really kind of just putting all expectations aside and playing, balls to the wall. So I think it's been awesome that Billy Donovan has instilled that mentality in this Bulls team. You could see it, and it oftentimes shows when a team has so many different contributions from top to bottom on this roster. So excited for tonight's game. Happy Halloween, everyone, once again. I hope you guys enjoy the holiday and enjoy some Bulls basketball tonight. It's a huge game early on in this season. Excited for it. Go Bulls. Thanks for joining me on another episode of Bulls Latest, and we will catch you guys next time.